I think at the beginning it says, remove hard top or soft top.
You got a knife?
I was cleaning.
I did it.
Pretty easy so far. You just started ripping stuff apart.
You good? Oh, it got Beck's hand though. Sorry, Beck. What's up, Brite Nation?
What's up, Brite Nation?
Okay, so we are officially 24 hours away from leaving to go to the Maris Adventure Park in northern Texas for our exclusive E3 off-road trail event.
Right, and since we're taking the Jeep and the Bronco, of course, Chris is gonna be driving the Bronco.
Yeah, we got some things to fix.
Yes.
If you don't know about the Bronco, it's got this flippity-floopity thing that goes on with the roof. I'm not gonna do it.
We're gonna fix that.
All right, come on inside real quick, guys. Come right here. So, I don't know, can you actually get that on film? This cloth is super stretched out. And that was probably from the storm that we went through.
That's definitely from
But
the 80-mile-an-hour storm.
This is more the issue. See, like, this isn't installed wrong. Everybody on that store, it's installed wrong. You don't have the clip back here set up. Blah, 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 blah.
It's clipped.
No, it's clipped. This is on both sides, and every Bronco I've ever come across, I've gone up to the owner, I'm like, hey, does yours do this? And I lift it up, and they're like, oh my God, it does that.
Genuinely designed that way.
It's fine, as long as you're not in like a side 80-mile-an-hour wind. I don't know at what speed that's gonna come up, but that's...
Unless you're not driving through a hurricane/tornado like we did,
right.
It's really not a big deal, but they are designed that way,
Yeah,
period.
and that poor guy up in like Saskatchewan or wherever that his whole interior was covered in snow, that's what happened. He had side winds lifting this up and then all the snow was just going inside the top. That is the issue.
Unfortunately for us, though, the windstorm severely stretched out our entire top.
Yeah, this whole thing is so...
There's so much wind noise, it's ridiculous.
Finally, we got the Trektop from Bestop, which is like what we have on the Jeep here. Look how sick that looks. I love it on the Jeep.
Kevin has keys.
So just like they did for the Jeep Wrangler, Bestop has designed a Trektop, which is like more military slant back look, like they did for the Jeep. They've also done it for the Bronco, and we've seen what it looks like on the Bronco, and it looks freaking amazing. We love it just as much as we love the look on the Jeep. So today, we're fixing our factory soft top issue by simply replacing it.
All right, guys, so first and foremost, you're gonna get your instructions and get yourself a Chris. Although I don't think you need yourself a Chris for this, because all you need is a ratchet and an 8, a flathead, and some Torx bits. There's not much here. Although there is like 50 pages of instructions, so that I'm just gonna hand that over to
Read thoroughly before starting. Hour and a half. An hour and a half job. Numero de...
Okay, so not
this
all-
is in Spanish.
Wait, why can you read Spanish better than you're reading English?
Okay, that's an English.
crayons to color it in first?
No, we don't need those. We're gonna use these ones that are in English.
Just English only.
Just English.
So like, it isn't upside down, by the way, if you just flip it up. In case you were wondering. But their instructions are insanely good, like step by step. We've always had a good experience with their instructions, so it's easy.
And I can color them after.
The funny part is, I think at the beginning it says, remove hard top or soft top. Yeah, it's like first, which can't be hard.
That part might not be very detailed, but we'll find out. Okay, so it actually does say remove the hard top or factory soft top. See owner's manual for details. But if you
that's half the instruction.
But if you do have the factory soft top, there are some brackets that you will have to remove from your Bronco because you won't need them for the new soft top, or they'll be replaced, I assume, with Bestop's version of it, maybe. Oh, all that Johnson Valley dust. Woo!
Oh, there's more over here too.
Oh, there's more clips.
Owner's manual? We don't need no stinking owner's manual.
And this comes down, then what? And we unbolt it from here?
No, it slides out. It looks like, yeah, slide, slip. Slides. Get some.
Oh, there we go.
Hey!
Do you figure it out too?
Hey! It's pretty easy so far. You just started ripping stuff apart.
You got a knife?
Just popped it out.
It did say you needed
Popped from
scissors.
the bottom. There you go. And then slides out again, I think. Yep.
Towards you, buddy.
Woo! So proud of you guys.
Purple mode. Hey, that's the first time we've done that. That's pretty cool.
Realistically, we don't really ever even do that with our Jeep for the most part. We're usually in weirder, colder weather than... Actually, today's really nice though.
It's really nice. Today is gorgeous.
So you just gotta pull these covers off of each side. They just have little clips that you just pull on, but also don't worry about these guys. No, we're not showing those yet.
We'll show you what those are for,
These are rear shock skids from Next Century Motorsports.
or we'll tell you what they're for right now.
Yeah, why not? But we'll show you when we put them on later. Add another video or something.
13 millimeter.
Also, don't drop the bolt down inside there.
Yep, definitely.
As I say that, now you're gonna give me the gun.
You're way more careful than he was. Oh, yeah, all right. Boom, shakalaka.
Any hardtop owners want a soft top?
We're not totally joking. Anyone want a soft top?
So if you have this factory soft top, there's a couple brackets you got to take off. But first, make sure you get yourself some Next Venture rock sliders because they make great steps.
All right, so we got to remove these two guys here.
These side guys off because these are the factory retainers.
Yep, so right there and right here.
Then you need an 8 millimeter to get this guy off. The retaining latch.
And that latch.
Step 1, wipe down the top edge of the body.
I was cleaning.
Kevin
I was
already did
Just because it was dirty though.
It was so good.
Not because I knew the constructions.
The what?
Huh? The constructions.
The constructions. They're constructions.
They tell you how to construct the thing. They're constructions. Well, these guys are trying to figure this out. Can we just take a minute and look how, I mean, that is really cool looking. And I get it. All the Jeep people are gonna be like, well, they copied Jeep. And look, there's only so many ways you can make an SUV with an open roof.
Topless?
Yeah, I mean, but it's really cool. Like the cage and everything's cool. And what I really like is that complete open roof. That completely, what do you?
It's
Nice not having a head bar right there.
So there's a caveat, from what we've noticed at least. The openness of it, you have way more headroom, the inside feels way more spacious, and it's honestly super nice. The downside is I feel like it makes the soft tops a little bit louder when it comes to wind noise because you don't have as much support, I think, in that area. We'll find out with the Bestop what the difference is, but it's cool. Give and take, right? I don't know.
I think it's cool.
We never really ride with our tops
No, we don't.
often down. We use the Sunrider portion.
Right,
all
which
the
is what's
time.
nice about
Yeah.
this, is it's just gonna be, you can open it from the driver's seat and flip it back.
Yeah, and it's super quick.
Right, and you can close it if it starts raining. The soft top, the problem is you open it all the way up, but then if you want to close it if it starts raining, you actually have to come to a stop. You have to get out, stand up, and do it. Like, not a huge deal, but it is really nice on this, just going flip, flip, and you just flip it back and forth. But I think this is turning out to be a really cool looking vehicle. The setup even right now with just those bigger Ditto 35s. And then of course you have the iconic stepchild there, but I don't know. I like it. I'm enjoying it. Although there have been some things I've been noticing on the Bronco that actually is a big QC quality control issue. When I first got it, I noticed this right here in the paint on the hood. I mean, that shouldn't be there.
That's not a shadow.
That's not a shadow. That is literally like a mess up in the paint. For $60-something thousand and people are paying markups, like, that's not really okay, but I'm not gonna take it in and have them sand and paint the hood. Yeah. And I mean, there's been some trim panels that don't fit right. The hood doesn't sit flush, like there's a lip between the hood and the fender. And then the bumper back here, where it's like a little finished trim piece of plastic, that doesn't fit either. That's not... It's just a quality control thing. I know, minor, but still, brand new vehicle. And if it's your first, say it's your first expensive purchase, like a $60,000 nice new vehicle, I mean, you don't want to see those kinds of things happening. I mean, this side's fine, the other side's not.
And for those of you who are like, oh, it's gonna get beat up anyways on the trail, you're taking off-road, sure it is. But that doesn't mean that brand new off the factory lot, we don't want it to look nice. There's nothing wrong with having a vehicle that you beat the ever-living shit out of.
That still looks good.
That still looks good. Like, all because you beat something up off-road doesn't mean that it has to look like a shitbox. Like, granted, a lot of people aren't necessarily off-roading these, just like there's plenty of Jeeps that people don't off-road. So it's, you know, lots of good, just like Wranglers. There's also bad, just like any new vehicle, honestly. There's always gonna be issues from the factory. We're just kind of noticing ours. The longer we have it, the more we notice.
Next, you gotta locate these films and make sure you wipe down the top of this with some alcohol. It comes with 50-50 pads, but we're outside, so it didn't last very long. So I had to go get some real alcohol. Oh boy. Don't get your finger stuck in it. They are sticky. So we just wanna line these guys up.
Don't fuck it up.
God, Brittany. Can't get my fingers off
You
it.
did all right.
I do okay.
I mean, you're not gonna be able to see this realistically anyway.
Now I gotta get these fingers off. There's one.
That's just to keep customer complaints down in the future.
Probably.
And what is this basically for?
Just to keep the new roof from chafing on the paint and screwing your paint all up.
Not that you'll ever see it. If somebody goes to pull this off in the future and then they see it's all scratched, they'd probably get some complaints. So it's actually good forethought on them.
Preventative measure?
Yeah, I wouldn't care because I'd never see it, like ever, but.
Like right here, you can see right here, the factory top right there started to rub the paint a little bit from the factory top. So this just helps when you put the bracket on here.
The new bracket from
The new bracket, it won't
damaging the paint.
Yeah, damage the paint.
Okay, you guys, so real quick, we have the Badlands Sasquatch, but we have the marine grain vinyl, and we were saying like we rarely take the top off. This is why we almost never take the top off. We live in the desert. How hot is that seat right now?
It's 160.
Oh my God. What's in the shade?
87.
87. Double the temperature. How long can you
it's
put your
warm.
hand on it for?
Definitely, yeah, it's definitely warm.
That's all I got.
That says enough, because I put my hand up here and I was like, holy. Are we gonna see how hot Brittany is?
Says Brittany's on fire.
Brittany, why were you 104 degrees?
Was I really? Okay, back to the install once more. Next up is just
Install the rubber seal in
the rubber seal.
in the corner. When you're laying this down, don't pull it and then stick it down, because in the heat it'll shrink, and we don't want any shrinkage, so you just want to let it
Loosey-goosey.
loosey-goosey go on there where it wants to go on there, instead of, like, you can pull it. Don't stretch it. Let it do its thing and just sit right there.
Perfect.
Ta-da! We just installed the window retainers. The window retainer seal's got to go on somehow.
Squish, 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 squish. Squish, 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 squish.
Next, you got to set the corner pieces down, but you got to shove this little piece of foam in here. Goes right there. And then you squish it down, and then you put it in. None of the wind noise.
Hopefully.
Tight.
Yeah, try not to stretch it. You don't want to stretch this foam. You want to just let it relax and go down. So this seal goes up against this seal, which is pinched underneath. They do a lot for water protection and wind noise, and that goes down like that. So there's a lot of foam.
Like a lot of seal going on there.
Or. This is really well done.
I want to shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby love is so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on.
Next, we're gonna install the door rails. If this was a factory hardtop, there would already be a bracket here, and you would only need one spacer. We're a soft top, we need 2 spacers. So a double spacer goes here, and we reuse this factory front bolt.
If we had a hard top, there would be a bolt here, but there isn't. So Bestop actually provides us with a bolt to go here as well, but otherwise you reuse this bolt and that bolt on a hard top.
We're gonna leave this loose for right now because we have to align the rest of it before we tighten it down. Wash, rinse, repeat on that side.
Like that.
Next is the main pivot bracket, and because we're soft top, it's a double spacer
Once again,
on that side, and double spacer on this side. Repeat on the other side.
and next up we've got the number 3 bow assembly. We're attaching these halo mounting brackets to it.
From there, you mount the bow assembly to the roof of the Bronco, the rear rail.
Learned a lesson. What was the lesson?
Don't tighten anything up yet.
Yeah.
Leave it all loose.
We had to loosen this and these guys a little bit. in order to feed these in properly. So wait until the end.
On her home.
Says we're halfway there.
Living on a prayer. Living on a prayer. We can't do that because it'll get copywritten.
I sincerely doubt your voice singing that song is gonna be what gets us copyrighted.
I mean,
Straight.
you don't know.
Now we're gonna install the front bow, the side rails. They go on this front bow. So flip it over and flip it back one more time to expose the inside. And this rail just goes right on here, underneath the fabric. After you get them installed, you can flip it all the way back over. This little foamy bit just goes right here. Same on the other. Next we install the 1.5 bow assembly. This one's pointed up and this one's pointed down. They want to be opposite each other.
Yeah, so these just slide in, essentially, to that first bracket.
These cool little pivot screw thingy majiggers.
We're in there. Realistically, this is actually a pretty quick and easy install. It just takes a little bit longer when you are trying to film the entire process step by step. Right, Chris?
That's right.
And then we're gonna move that 1.5 out of the way to install the number 2 bow.
It goes on top of.
Yeah.
So says the construction reader.
So says the construction reader. And then the bracket this time is the opposite, is this one. This one you want to be facing upwards when you screw it in rather than downwards like this was.
Then you're gonna use the control linkage to connect the two when they're standing up.
Just like so.
It's like Lincoln Logs.
Lincoln Logs.
Connects. Technics, adult Legos.
This next part is definitely easier with a friend. Preferably one with big,
Probably
thick
grab
muscles.
tall friends. No, you don't need muscles.
Just tall.
You need tall.
height.
You need height.
So not Kevin.
Yeah, I'm the wrong person for this. I'm just tall enough
You're
for everything.
perfect. You're doing great. There you go. And this bad boy right here, that original side bow, is going to sink right into that bracket right there.
Down right there like so.
Yep.
Screw in there. Once you get it up here, before you flip it back, you gotta install the rear door rails. They go on. You gotta get the 2 big bolts in first on both sides. Then you can flip it back and get the 2 that are in here because this rail's in the way.
Now you can flip everything backwards. There you go.
That's good.
That's good. And then the front. There we go.
Good.
Perfect. Once you got this flipped back, then you have access to these 2 right here. Seamless.
Right. Now you can go ahead and tighten up all the door rails, all these top caps on the door rails, because everything's lined up.
It's coming together. It's starting to look kind of like a soft top at this point. I'm getting super severely sunburned, I'm pretty sure. Despite the fact that we have a perfectly beautiful garage we could be doing this in, we're doing it outside. I don't know why we decided to do that or whose idea it was.
Kevin's.
Kevin's idea.
Wait, where's Kevin?
Inside in the air conditioning.
So now we're installing the number 2 control bow links, and they go between this back bar. You have to jog around this bracket, so don't put them on the other way, otherwise they jog right into this bracket. You want to jog around the bracket. Ask me how I know. It's like 75, 80 degrees out. If you look right over there, there's still snow on the top of them mountains. So nice. I love Utah. So random.
Using the constructions to keep my forehead from burning. I could just go get a hat, but I'm lazy. I don't want to go back inside because we're so close.
You just gotta stretch the top back up and over, install our last 2 pivot screws, and the top will be pivotively done.
It goes from that number 3 bow into the very back of the soft top.
You know what make this easier? I'm an idiot. Just flip the front over.
Then there's no stretching involved. He's over here like tugging. In his defense, I also did not think of that. Flip the top back. Make your life a lot easier.
Oh look, it's so much easier. It happened. Now we gotta install the rear halo brackets. And in order to do that, take this one lower bolt out of the really long guy out of the speaker box. And this goes right behind it.
In between the roll bar and the speaker pod.
Just like so. And it goes back in. And we pop 2 screws in the rear halo. Now your rear halo, nice and tight, like a Toyga.
Now the good news is at this point, we are on the final step as far as like installing any hardware. Once we get this last piece on both sides installed, from there it's just putting all the windows in and we should be finished, done.
Lastly, the rear quarter window retainers. Make sure the hole is towards the front of the vehicle. And the flap is up. You're gonna pull the cable out of the top. The cable's gonna go on the outside of the rail along with the flathead. The flathead goes through this, through the rail. A little bit of Loctite.
Just a little bit.
Little dab of red Loctite on that side. And screw it in. Yeah, this is the hardest part. You gotta stick your tongue out. That works better. A little bit of paint in there. This one actually won't go through the hole. So I'm gonna have to clean that out a little bit. It won't go through the hole. So we'll just clean it out. If you don't have one of these are awesome. It's a, I don't know, a hole cleaner. So you just run that around in there a little bit. Well, voila, now it fits.
Boom, perfect. Okay,
Now we can go install it. All right, back to what we were doing. So once you get the little cap through there, flathead through there. This guy goes through. I know, come on, fingernails. Work for me. There we go. Oh my.
I've had it. Yeah. 3rd time's a charm.
I know, these little screws, my little big fat fingers. Oh my God. Oh my God. She's got littler fingers than I do.
A ton of fingers.
Guess who's doing the other side?
Now we tighten it.
Now we tighten it. Put that guy on.
Yeah, once you've gotten yourself a Brittany to install that.
You need a Brittany.
2 bolts there, 2 bolts back there. And once you get those in, repeat on the other side. You are officially done with hardware. Congratulations. Give credit where credit's due.
I did it.
Chris did this up by himself. It helps if you stretch the cable really far.
Again, you know, just trying to make your life easier.
Woo! All right, now it's time to install the windows. So first things first, you need to install, or not install, but latch the front windshield latches. Oh yeah. So that's gonna be these guys right there. This is really difficult to do one-handed. Hold on. There.
Yep, keep going.
There we go.
you go.
And latch.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Oh look, even has fun bags. For those of you that don't know, Kevin and I called these fun bags when they came out with the Trektop for the JL. I don't know if they officially named them that, but that's what we always call them.
That's not exactly what I call fun bags, but I mean.
Then you're gonna flip this bad boy up here. You see this guide track? We're gonna guide in the rear window. They even tip it with like a little bullet-shaped guy to help guide it in.
Let's get you started.
Yep, just like that.
Yeah. Then you want to put in the rear bow. The bow will go in here like this when it snaps
you're
in.
actually snapped in.
So this is the way it's got to go in.
But first, you gotta put it on the rear window.
Slide it up.
Just tap it in. Or slide on, yeah. That way, just like on the Jeep Trektop,
Goes right there.
it folds up or
Rotated it.
ender. nice and solid. Yeah. Perfect.
This little guy right here. Dude, they make it match so perfectly. Look inside here,
Yeah.
like,
Right on that rubber seal.
man, that's nice. Before we install these quarter windows, we gotta pull all the plastic flaps over. One right there, and there's one in this corner, which is actually not so fun.
Okay.
And that goes there. Now we install 2 pieces of foam. This one goes from this corner through all of this, because this sits up against that bracket. We'll just keep all the wind noise down.
Just like all the other ones, don't stretch it, let it lay as it lies, so it doesn't shrink up on you or do anything weird.
And whoever cut these, man, boy,
There you go.
jeez. This one
Shorter,
butts
but-
all the way up. Make sure you get it stuffed in all the corners here. Ta-da! Now we install.
So to install the rear windows, you're gonna slide it right into the top first. And you're gonna
Hook it up.
hook it up through there, roll that little guy into that little slot. There we go, yep.
And the bottom one goes in.
And then you're gonna roll the
Yeah,
little
pull
plastic
this
guy
plastic guy down.
and tuck it in. All the way down. You're gonna take this little red, little snap guy. There you go.
Hey!
And you're gonna snap it in. That is just to essentially keep this from pulling out. Not that it should, but just another safety latch. Nice and secure. And the edge right
Hold
here
this.
again.
Oh!
Now keep in mind, the first time you install these, they are super
other
tight.
hand?
No, you good. You good? Oh, it got Beck's hand though. Sorry, Beck. So they are like insanely tight the first time. It'll get, the more you use them and the more wear it gets, the easier they'll be able to install and take out. But look at this.
Look at the difference in just the windows. Look at this. This is, I mean, there's no, from the factory it had the ripples, it looked like crap. I wasn't too worried about it because I knew we were gonna be getting rid of it. Look, you can't just reach in, like there's an actual cable right here that you can't just, like, if you really, that hurts. If you really try, you can get in there, but
super
that's
tight.
way, yeah, there's a cable that runs through here.
We're not quite done yet. We still have to come in. We need to Velcro these guys around these bars. Nice and Velcro.
Yeah, see, this is gonna be much quieter. It's got the ribs all the way across, so the
It has
whole
all
thing,
the bows to kind of
Yeah,
give
has
it a little extra support.
bows, that's what I meant,
Dude.
the bows.
Even from factory, our soft top did not fit this tight. Like that is,
So one of the other cool things is, unlike the OEM soft top, that you had to like pop and put a little rod and it just literally only lifted up to here. Like that's it, that's all you got. You got this little extra. The Bestop, ta-da! Like, you have all the room. You can literally slide, I don't know, a TV box.
this gives you full
It gives you full access.
access, whereas the factory one didn't, which is kind of
You know why?
nice. Why?
Because it's the best top.
Dad jokes.
And what's cool is you still have all of that open air.
So this is the difference. The Jeep has the sound bar right here over the top of
Roll
your,
bar,
like right roll
et cetera.
bar right over the top of your head. And so like you have this open air here, but there is a difference having this like,
Panoramic, baby.
yeah, completely open. Yeah. It looks way better. It looks.
I don't know what it is about the slant back look, but oh, I freaking love that.
And honestly, you're not losing any like interior space. Like you're not using anything up in this corner anyway. This looks great. Looks
so
good.
good.
It does.
Looks so good. And there you have it.
That's it.
We fixed the factory soft top by replacing it with a
That was
whole
a-
different soft top.
That was the longest hour and a half of my life.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that took an hour and a half. It probably, without filming, I'd say probably a solid
Probably a solid
two and a half, two and a half.
2.5 without filming.
But granted, he was also doing all of that essentially by himself. I was just making things take longer
she
and
was a
harder.
construction explainer.
Yeah, I was the construction explainer. Anyways, not really that difficult of an install. Super sick look. I love the slant back. Makes it look a little bit more aggressive, which of course will be amplified once we get a new bumper and a few other goodies that may already be installed. We'll show you guys that later though. Anyways, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all your Lite Nation merch and decals at litebritstudios.com. As always, guys, we love you.
Hey,
we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Mwah. Look, I don't know if you can tell, but I got sunburnt. I got the sunburns. No! That's gonna suck. The only good thing is my makeup is SPF, so my face is not that bad, but the rest of me is